Why does Torchlight keep bumping in and out? What the heck? Alright, there we go. I didn't start up fire. Ah, it's fine. Oh no, I turned the game audio down to 0. There we go. Oh no, now Torchlight exploded. Whatever will I do? I think I've said this like 1,000 times. This game is not as interesting as Torchlight 2. The game opening up and reminding me how sick Torchlight 2 was kind of like makes it even more painful. I think it's mostly because I don't see this game getting as, like, cracked as Torchlight 2 was. Like, in any Diablo, like, you want your character to just do some garbage. This feels like the same problem I kind of have with, like, Dungeon Fighter and stuff. Where eventually Dungeon Fighter became far less about doing silly things and more about number go up. That's what it feels like a lot of this is doing. Where they... Why am I blocked here? What's going on? Good thing I can teleport. Where a lot of this just feels like number go up, rather than my skills getting crazy or, like, exploding into a billion pieces or something really, really cool. That dude's name is just Acid Breath. Or is his name Plague Bearer? I think his name is Acid Breath, because he seems to just be doing acid breath things. The other really weird thing is that, like... Maybe because I'm only level 20, I don't know how far into the game I actually am. Once again, it doesn't feel like it's getting crazy. That whole harmonic thing where it's like, hey, you use a bunch of light spells and a bunch of dark spells, and eventually you'll get full MP, and I assume what is more damage. I don't actually know what this harmonic form does. I do not remember. I am certain they explained it to me forever ago, but this was a game I started playing with Corb, like, years ago, and I don't think either one of us made it past the first area initially. Do I have a guide on my character? At any point, tell me what my character does. Spend mana to activate skills. Mana regenerates at all times. Use dark skills to charge dark bar, light skills to charge light bars. Both of these order your mana resource. When both are full, enter harmonic form, lasting until the bars are drained. Significantly increases. That's it. Just damage and mana. Is that a rat? I have 2 skill points available. I don't even know what I want to use them on. I feel like at some point I should max out a skill. I don't know which one. Enemies deal 50% less damage, lasting for 4 seconds, duration 8 seconds. Does it deal any damage, or is it just enemies deal less damage? Fire an unstoppable dark energy ball that lasts for... Oh, that hits for 156 damage. Damage and fires off pieces of itself that hit this. Such a nebulous description. Like, what am I doing? I'm in a portal to the Nether Realm, taking control of evil monsters who do 20% of your weapon damage to any monster way. Okay. Interesting. Eight out of 10. I think that's what I mean. Where it's not like... Because I played... I think it's Monk. He's either Monk or Barbarian in the last game. The guy who does hand-to-hand combat. And all of his stuff was about, like... I guess building up stacks of stuff. Yeah. Like, there was actual mechanics there. I don't know how to explain this. It feels really paltry compared to what used to happen, what the game used to do, I'd say. I don't know how else to put it. That's kind of my entire hang-up with this game. I don't know if it has a massive following or not. Nobody I know talks about this game. Doesn't mean that there isn't somebody talking about it.
You can't carry anymore.
Yeah, I understand that. It's okay. Oh, it doesn't even double crit. That kind of sucks. Like, I know this game was made... This was the one that was sent from a, It was initially going to be kind of MMO-ish or mobile game-ish. And I can kind of see that. So, this is a very similar... Making the skills nebulous or suck is something that Dungeon Fighter used to do. So way back when it started, I talk about the glory days of Dungeon Fighter. The glory days of Dungeon Fighter were also really, really scummy from an MMO perspective. They used to... Well, skills used to be nebulous, and some of them used to just outright suck. Because they would make you pay money for respecs.
Your pet is back.
And I get the feeling this was kind of the same way, because that's a... If your game is really good, that's a really good model. Former acquaintance of mine used to have to respect frequently, because they played a class where you were just never going to have it all. It was a mage class, and you were always just going to be missing out on something. That's a... Man, that double bolt thing is a really cool... Or is kind of cool. Not really cool, it's sort of cool. I really wish it was just a thing I got. Like, I will admit some of the passive skills on these abilities are cool, but the abilities themselves aren't cool or very impactful. This game really lacks a lot of oomph. Like, I will say this from a design perspective, if I am at Act, like, 2 of however many, I shouldn't feel absolutely busted, but I should be starting to see the workings of getting there. Like, I should start being able to see how it all fits together. And right now, not really. I'm just kind of doing the same stuff I was doing before. Like, that can be one of the worst things to do in a game, is where you're doing the same thing, but the numbers are bigger. I also just like that my harmonic form, my chaos light dark form, I'm supposed to regenerate mana massively, but I get the feeling that they didn't really balance it out, because it's like I'm still just running out of mana. That's interesting. What do we got? Kill 20% chance to spawn a poisoned egg that explodes, dealing 150% weapon damage. Poison egg chance increases to 40%. That's not bad, I guess. I don't know. I assume I will find out. I assume. It's funny, if future whatevers are watching this video and wondering why I didn't use the little night overlay I used for the news, I couldn't think of a second frame to put on him for the talking. That's a lot of my stuck right now, is that I just couldn't think of what to do with it. I've gained an unusual following recently. Like, I hate Twitter for obvious reasons, because it's kind of a weird, not even Wild Wild West. A Wild Wild West would imply that it's not a controlled environment, rather. That's the poison egg. That's not bad. It's a controlled environment that allows really, really terrible people to just do whatever they want. Like, it's a mettered chaos. But I will say that it has been very good for networking. Oh no. I think something else I hate is how bad the regular chests are. Like, you can see it over here, just barely on my left. Like, it weirdly feels... Yeah, I guess this is a game thing, or a collectathon game thing, or a looter game. A collectathon. This game is not a collectathon. I guess you can see it when it's a looter game or something along those lines. It feels like a lot of these chests are worthless. It's insane. I remember when Thursdays was Zenless Zone Zero. I was initially going to play that game until the voice acting strike ended. And then I found out that that game was really, really messy. Like, just in general. Oh, you can be released. Yeah, it's fine. I don't need jibs. Because I think during that entire thing, they just really cycled through a bunch of people. I know they ended up changing Lycone's actor. They ended up changing Kaleda's actor. They ended up, I believe, also changing Grace's actor a couple of times. I think they also changed Rena. I cannot remember who else got swapped. Because I actually dug into that initially. Because I think that SAG-AFTRA was trying to get them to sign a thing, but they're based in China, and you can't sign with multiple unions in China. You can only sign with the one, but they're contracted globally. They were trying to get them to sign into the exclusivity. Or into an exclusivity. But that kind of, it's not great. I'll be honest, as someone who's looked at dabbling into that industry, that's not great because that means that, they'll have to exclusively sign those, only actors from SAG. Which is good for SAG, but bad for everyone else, because SAG has a $3,000, $4,000 sign-on fee or member joining fee. And I'd like to openly say, not everybody starting out can do a $4,000 or $3,000 drop. I can't remember which one it is. Like, if it was a, hey, we'll nickel and dime you $3,000 for your first couple of jobs as a union fee, that'd be smart. Oh, wait, whoa. No, that'd be a smart union thing to do. Where they say, hey, join the union, and we'll take like 10% up to $3,000. Then after you hit that $3,000 from any jobs we help you get, we'll take, what's the yearly fee on SAG? It's like $400, I think. I think union dues are $400 a year after that. And after that, they'll take a nickel and dime up to $400 from any jobs you do. And if you wish to remain in the union at the end of the year, if you haven't made that $400 from jobs, you just have to pay the difference, I guess. If you wish to remain in the union. But that would be kind of sort of smart. The heck is that? Oh, those are quest things. Boy, making quest pickups purple is a choice, especially in a... what is it? Wagurba game. White, green, blue, purple, yellow, or orange, whatever. I do not remember how that acronym is supposed to sound. I think this is going okay. Like, I'm kind of just looking to see if, how often... So I made the talking version of this cube, the top of it to be yellow, so I could very clearly see when it was changing to see if I needed to mess with my microphone at all. It seems okay for the most part. I don't expect it to be perfect, so I'm trying to get past that. I'm trying to get past that mentality. Man, that laser is just so good. Anyway, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want something functional. I have no idea what I'm going to put for a PNG tuber. I should stay on brand and do the knight armor, but I have a couple of different ideas I actually want to draw out. If I can, I'd also like to do a background of some sort. Just for like a stream overlay so it stands out a bit more. I've been talking to one of my other friends who's gotten pretty big streaming. Oh, I gotta see if Thor went to TwitchCon this year. I gotta know. I bet he did, but I gotta know, man. Anyway, probably also, once I start really messing with this, because I have a feeling that this is something I'm gonna get weirdly addicted to, or I'm gonna have a fierce obsession with, since I'm not doing anything besides the tutorial for Skirmish. I'll keep adding features until it's a freak of nature, probably. Is it now? Is this? I mean, it does hit harder, but it also takes 1 billion MP. Boy, I sure wish my MP was regenerating faster than nothing. Or maybe the problem is, that the spells are just taking so much mana. I know that's a golem that's going to come to life at some point, so I'll just deal with that when I get there. Yeah, it's pretty decent damage. Not amazing, but it's okay.
Your pack is too heavy.
Oh, well, alright, whatever. Away with ye. Just did not care, huh? Said, whatever, man. Whatever you do over there does not affect me. What's the max for this game? Is it 70 or 60? I should start putting points into this laser. Like the only skill I use. But yeah, I should. Holy Fury is doubled in width. It's probably why I don't feel good, because maybe it's just one of those games where nothing feels good until you're max level.
You are gravely wounded.
Yep, walk away. There's nothing to do with you, dude. Oh, right, so anyway. He was talking about the Union. So that was under Fran Drescher. Yeah, the nanny Fran Drescher.
No matter how hard I try, nothing is good enough for
Your
Mother.
pet has returned.
That's Michelle Ruff, isn't it? I kept trying to place that voice. I'm like, I know that person, but I don't know exactly who. And also, Torchlight doesn't have, like, any info on its wiki, or on its, IMDb page. I'm pretty sure that's Michelle Ruff, and I only really recognize her because that's the same voice she uses for Rebecca in Wild Arms 5. Oh no, there's a boss because I can't cast spells here. A giant bug, who would have known? Oh, and he's got a stupid name. That really sells me.
Once again, Mother was right. The Hyvids seem to be mesmerized by the corrupted ember. It's like they want to protect it, like it's sacred to them. My pet charger bug, I've taken to calling Kronk, should work as a guard dog to protect the heart of the corrupted ember.
It's a trap.
What did I even open? Like... Oh no, ads. Ah. Whatever will I do?
Quest finished. You have gained a quest.
That looked impressive. Optional. Nether bloom. Inspect another bloom. I do love weasels, but that's fine. I can just throw that one away. And I can't get back up there, can I? Nope. Doesn't inspect nether bloom. Nether bloom is. Yeah, I think I will loop back around to Murky Miasa. Oh no, bosses! Everyone I hate in one room. Ah! Oh, that basic attack is worthless too. Forget what I was looking at, but somebody brought up earlier today how, oh, I should definitely replace that. Launch 3 snaking poison bolts, dealing 40% weapon damage. Quickly hit targets with the staff for a lot of damage. Like, this is pretty cool. Alright, there we go. Already forgotten what I was talking about. That whole sequence just took it out of me. Right, I've tried to say it like 3 times. I know SAG-AFTRA is rounded out now by, or I should say helmed by, I can't remember his name. I cannot remember his actual name. It's the guy who did, Samwise in Lord of the Rings. I'll remember probably right after I turn the stream off. Like, almost assuredly. He also played Balto's really, like, selfish son in the 3rd Balto movie. The one where it feels like he's divorced from his wife? Girlfriend? Whatever? He's a dog, though. They do it, like, once, then they're done. Like, dogs aren't monogamous creatures. Why would that be weird? Huh. I never really thought about it before now. I believe he was also voiced by Charlie Sheen in that movie. But I want to say it was Charlie Sheen that also did, hilariously, Charlie and All Dogs Go to Heaven too. He's kind of the sequel dog voice guy. He was also the dog in Food Fight. Do they just get Charlie Sheen to voice dogs? Is that his purpose in life? Is that his true purpose? It's Charlie Sheen. I need you to voice a dog. Weird to think about. I guess not too weird. Oh no, another really, really strong guy. Oh yeah, I should just be using Holy Bolt. That just tears him apart.
You are overloaded.
Ah. Oh, that's the trick. I can't use a shield. It's so strong because I don't get a focus. Yeah, no, I'll just use the focus and the... Alright, that checks out. I'm like, there's no way that this really, really cool and interesting staff is just for free. It was not.
You are wounded.
Maybe it's that the bosses are too much, because, yeah, this kind of feels useless.
Your pet has returned.
Dude is locked in. I do not blame him. I am one very impressive specimen. I can't believe it. I'm getting outzoned. Ugh, jeez. Oh yeah, essentially nothing. I'm good. Even the skills that come with, like, predisposed charges don't feel good. Like, that was impressive, but it's not really that amazing. I wish the game had more oomph. I feel like it'd be more attractive if it was a little bit more bombastic. Especially the side quest. The go pick up something hasn't been as impressive as it was. I'll never stop alluding to that quest that was in Torchlight 2 where you go pick up the 3 masks. And then when you give them back to the guy, he's like, oh, thanks, this'll help my archaeological dig. And he's like, haha, psych, I was evil. I'll now use these masks to become a dark god. And he disappears and like a dungeon spawns where he was. And you have to go fight his new dark god form at the bottom of the dungeon. where he's actually wearing the 3 different masks. Like, it was pretty cool. That's a fake treasure chest. Oh, no, it was real. I don't know what's real anymore. It's insane. In Mecha Break, I'm finally getting to that point where I was in League of Legends, where I'm okay at the game, but I can, like, pick killers out in a crowd.
No matter how hard I try, nothing is good enough for Mother. She constantly compares me to my sisters. I'm sick of it. Soon, Mother will see my worth. And when she does, she'll regret ever mistreating me.
You have completed a quest.
Oh, I just walked right by it.
You can't cast that here.
I gotta fight the boss again. But I assume the rewards continue as well?
Once again, Mother was right. The Hyvids seem to be mesmerized by the corrupted ember. It's like they want to protect it, like it's sacred to them. My pet charger bug I've taken to calling Krunk should work as a guard dog to protect the heart of the corrupted ember.
You know what, I'm just gonna say it. This is a really weird game. Normally, that wouldn't be in the boss arena. That would be, like, before it. Like, that would be something that you run into right before the boss. And your mind goes, who is Kronk? Since I already played it on here, I guess I'll say it's the same as, like, Borderlands 2, where they talk about assaulting the bunker. And then the big surprise is, aha, you thought the bunker was a thing, or was a place. No, the bunker is the defender. And it's like, oh, yeah, go freaking fight this giant monster. Or go fight this floating death trap. This now. I don't know what that did. Okay. Pretty cool, I guess. As much as I'd love to have a lizard, I'm good. Alright, there's fort stuff. I'm gonna keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. Okay, what was the point of that? You did it. You stopped me for 10 seconds. It's weird. I was recently talking at a hobby group because they had a Gundam Seed playing on the TV, and we just talked about how a lot of those characters are really wasted compared to like how earlier on in the series they're used, like how some of them seem kind of interested. And we started talking about Rallycross and how he's really well used in the start of the series as a Char clone, where he seems really put together and kind of above it all, but he doesn't really have any motivations outside of being sort of kind of evil. So he comes off more as a Quattro to like 4 Camille's, which is interesting. But at some point he just, you know, has to do stuff. Or plot has to happen. So his motivations just change right at the like last leg of the series. It's hilarious. It's not bad, but I think they realized that he didn't have any actual interactions with the main character, and so at the finish line, they gave him a reason to hate the main character. Outside of, we are on different sides of a war. I don't know what to tell you. It feels weird. That should be a game. If you want to really, outside of everyone looks really pretty, stop fighting, if you want a good reason to hate Gundam Seed, if you're watching it, write down, whenever a character is introduced, write down their attitude and motivations at the start of the series. And then when you're done, read aloud what their motivations and temperament were and see if they match up in the slightest to what's going on in the end. This is doubly so for Destiny. Because I feel like Destiny's villain, they had the Black Panther problem where they realized that they gave the villain a really, really defendable motivation. So they had to have him do something heinous and indefensible so that you, the viewer, would not even for the slightest take their side. And yeah, it's a pretty... I don't even know if I could say indefensible. It's a really stupid motivation. It's a stupid motivation, and the movie, like, doubles down on, yeah, that was a stupid motivation. Sorry you wasted your time, everyone. This was a really dumb motivation. I guess props for them, or props to them, though, for showing, like, yeah, this was a dumb motivation. Don't worry, we'll go into why that was a dumb motivation, because we'll show what it happens if the villain had gotten what he wanted. Oh, look at that. Terrible things. Literally nobody but assholes are happy in this world. That's something I talked about on one of the groups I was hanging out with, where it's like, alright, Gundam Seed in a nutshell. Get ready for some of the worst plot you've ever seen, followed by some of the greatest model kits you'll ever buy. Oh, man. If I ever get back into skirmish, I'm just gonna play, Earth Federation. Wish I had done that in the first place. I want to do more for that game, but the game itself couldn't possibly change because the people in charge of it are not interested in the game improving or changing for the better. It's kind of... It's kind of a joke. Or a... kind of a stoner thought, I guess. Game itself. Jeez Louise. And it's also more of a, like, just nothing's happening. Whoa. I think the last thing I commented on an update was, it was obviously a stoner idea, but I'm like, hey, you know what? That might be a rule, like, worth investing in. Let's see how this, let's see how this game style plays. And then I tried it for a bit. I'm like, yeah, okay, so I get what you were going for with that. This is not a game for that type of mentality. You are going to crack this wide open because A, B, C, D, this is how the game will be played from then on. Like, unequivocally, this will be the strategy going forward if you do this. Like, I know this is what you wanted to happen. This is what is actually going to happen. Getting an idea of something like that, it's not impossible to see how people just completely ruin games. Because you usually have that guy who... It's a really cool fox, though. Yeah, I'll keep him. It's really easy to see, especially in games with really light creative control. Or with really... Yeah, I guess I'd say light creative control. Like, not as in... There's nothing you can do about it, but it's like one guy is making most of the decisions. You end up with a game that's kind of just bonked because they made a decision that they were like, oh, but this is going to be cool. This is going to be really, really great. And then some people tried it, and it's like, bro, this sucks. This is going to be the worst. It's like, no, but it's fine. It'll be cool because I did this. It's like, yeah, but you're one guy. Oh, I'm almost at the end of chapter 2. That was pretty quick. I think it's important to have that balance of criticism and introspection, especially when you make rulings like that. Oh no, ants! You should be able... You don't have to be able to see it coming from a mile away. Like, most... Hindsight's whatever, bro. You're not gonna be perfect like that. It just happens. It's okay, you're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna do things that aren't good. You're going to create something that isn't perfect. Like, that's fine. I think it's the lack of acknowledging that you might have made something imperfect, or that there might be issues, is kind of like
You're hurt.
what really does some damage in the end. And if I'm wrong, hey, whatever, I'm wrong. Absolutely, I accept the fact that I could be wrong about this. It's like, maybe this is, whoa, no. Maybe this is something that's just A-okay, and I'm thinking about it too hard, and I don't know. Regular people won't play the game like this, I'm sure. And it's just the most insane take ever. But on the other hand, I've seen too many cards. Well, I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. If you see the earlier videos on this channel, I used to not love, but there was always a charm for Yu-Gi-Oh for me. But the charm was in the back and forth, and the back and forth has disappeared. I told this to the Monster Hunter group a while ago, that, like, the game has become Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where the first turn must be played flawlessly in order to not get your opponent to play the game. And the moment that both players are out of cards and a combo is dropped, then actual gameplay happens. Like, the footsies and such happens, rather than a perfect combo that takes you from 100 to 0. I feel like that's done a lot of lasting damage on most card game players, because I have a hard time convincing people to play out games. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's popularity has also unfortunately crushed a lot of other games. Like, with that mentality being etched into some people. Where the answer of, hey, just draw the out, or... I don't know if Get Good applies, because Get Good is almost always a, it was never meant to be taken seriously. Like, whenever you get completely aced, or you get completely, like, royal straight flushed by your opponent, it's like, oh, well, just get good. When people say that to you, they don't actually... Well, initially, it wasn't meant to be, like, get better at the game, idiot. It's like, yeah, you're gonna have games like that, my dude. In a realm of possibility and chance, you are going to have games where you have nothing you need, and your opponent has everything. It's like, yeah, that's life. Like, get good. That eventually turned into... Well, yeah, you just need to do it better. And it's like, it's random chance. There's some people who still realize that that's, like, useless. It's like, no, dude, I'm telling you that happens. Life happens, I'm sorry. If you haven't, go check out it's not current, I think they stopped doing it a while ago. The manga for Yu-Gi-Oh! That's OCG Structures. Because they have the characters in there play not only a bunch of different decks, but they also have them play, like, actual decks, not like, I drew the card I needed. Like, I think at some point he plays against an actual Drytron Herald combo, and just gets bonked. The main character just gets junked out of the game.
Squabbling Netherim, with their jabbering purple faces. This one wants Ember. This one wants to infest the halls of power. And this one just wants to eat people. They're all so much fun. They're all so disorganized. But they can all tell that Mother can get them what they need.
Anyway, so they have him actually play against a bunch of other decks, like with his little hodgepodge whatever. I think he's initially playing he's playing a Gearfried deck, and a Gearfried equip deck. I think it's a Hidden Armory deck. But there's a weird charm to it that the game is actually being played as it is, rather than in this weird perfect bubble that allows for just broken cards to be made. Sorry, I'm really impressed with that brick. With the brick PNG I put on the screen. Like, he's doing it. Hang on. Sorry, I had to switch it because it's bothering me that it's not completely lined up on the screen. And now the screen's just having a stroke. Okay, there we go. Now we're back. Anyway. I think there's a greater magic in playing the game as it is rather than how people would like it to be. Because playing the game how you'd like it to be, you end up with cards like Access Code Talker, where in series, Access Code Talker doesn't actually do anything. It is a really good card that was meant to get the main character out of a spot, but that's most of the Cyberse deck. The Cyberse deck not being tied to an archetype like it is in reality with Firewall and Code Talker has ruined that just type of creature. There being Cyberse archetypes that just have generic support because that deck was so disorganized and just kind of a hodgepodge, whatever we wanted to give Yusaku, is ridiculous. It's the reason that Cynet mining is so popular, because you just pitch a card and get whatever Cyberse monster you want. Oh no, Mantis Shrimp. Like, it's the reason you see decks like Malice and stuff taking off, is because they can just do Cyberse junk.
You are near death.
And they keep trying to run it back by making really, really, really good monsters that ask you to play the game the right way, or play the deck the way it's intended, like, what's it called? Firewall Singularity Dragon, which says, hey, if you have all of the different summoning types in your graveyard, I'm really, 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 really good. But, like I was saying initially, because it's a generic deck, it just allows you to do things. Like, there's no specific requirement for Access Code Talker. His effect is also way better than it's supposed to be. Initially, it didn't matter if you could respond to his effects, because I don't think... I guess spoilers for the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains. I don't think I had any response or any quick effects. He just kind of had a static, unbreakable field. Well, not unbreakable, but it was a static field that had like 3 or 4 layers of protection. And it was, well, I need to slowly dismantle that field. And bam. Oh, I need to slowly dismantle that field, and I need a really, really big monster that's going to be able to punch over the Arrival Ignister. And wabam, there's Access Code Talker. And he picks off all the cards one by one. It's actually a pretty good, like, play, because he spent the entire game essentially setting that up. So it looks really cool when it pays off. But in reality, it ends up that Access Code Talker is usually the end of the game because of a bunch of other cards you can play with him. Where if your opponent does not have enough cards, or a card that is immune to destruction by card effect, there's a pretty reliable combo you can use with Transcode Talker and Update Jammer, where you can just use Transcode Talker to bring Update Jammer or someone back from the graveyard, link 4 into Access Code Talker, and then have Update Jammer let Access Code Talker double attack. And if you're able to do anything else with that turn, he's able to just attack directly for game, because what are you going to do about it? It's insane, or maybe I'm insane. I typically play a, well, when I have time. I've kind of lowered myself down to 2 decks. The deck everybody knows me for, and the deck that I actually like playing.
Is this enough void ember, Mother? Not so useless now, am I? You'll finally see just how resourceful I can be, and what happens to those who cross me. I know you had plans for the Ember, but I'll be taking things in a different direction.
Anyway, I've boiled my... Wow, what a needy child. I have 2 decks, essentially. I had a couple more, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a game for experimentation, unfortunately. It just isn't, I'm sorry. If you're listening to this and you disagree, leave a comment. I'll maybe read it, maybe not, whatever, man. I kind of ended up just playing the 2 decks, the one I'm known for and the one I actually like playing. The one I'm known for is DDD. If you know anything about that deck, it is not easy to pilot, but I've been piloting it since it first came out, so I got to watch everything get added to it piece by piece by piece. I need to update it recently, because a bunch of support came out. Nah, that's pretty much it. It's still a really good deck. The combos have changed because there's a trillion extra deck monsters, and you just won't play them all. There's just no room. The deck I like to play is Ignisters, because Ignisters are also a deck that do pretty much everything. I think the only thing they don't do is Pendulum Summon. Just like how DDD, the only thing their deck does not do is Ritual Summon. It does everything else. But I think they wanted to give an Odd Eyes deck something that DDD couldn't do. And yeah, I mean, I tried playing really early into Master Duel. I tried playing a Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph deck. It's okay. It's not super amazing. Mostly because of how weird Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph is, where he can't really be, like, pendulum summoned from the extra deck, so if you somehow lose him, he's just gone unless you do something like one of the pendulum spell cards to add him from your extra deck back to your hand or something like that. Hey, it's my spell. Oh wow, that is melting him. Anyway. I tried doing that initially for a while before I realized it just doesn't work. Because I always do that. I do that in Skirmish too, where I see the anime thing and I'm like, how good is that though? Pants. Try to go with melee skill. Acid. Yeah, I'll give that a try. I don't know why. I get really weird in Yu-Gi-Oh! About having to go super far outside of your archetype. I don't really know what that's about.
You are wounded.
Like, it always gets me when I'm watching a combo video, and it's like, alright, you're gonna go this into this, this into this, this into this, and then you're gonna make a generic boss monster, or you're gonna play something really weird and go into a completely different archetypes engine. It's like, oh, ew. I'm like, does this deck have anything to do on its own? I don't remember what archetype it was. Oh, that is pretty cool. I think it might have been Noble Knights or something. We're Noble Knights because they're all fire. Well, the newer ones, Ignoble Knights, are all fire warrior monsters. You typically play Fire Flint Lady because that's just what it is. It's just such a good card for the archetype. You can't not play it. And what else was I thinking of? I think that's kind of it. No, it was a Noble Knights combo. It was a sold to a monster to the graveyard, and it was like some other warrior archetype or something. And I'm like, dude, why are you even playing Noble Knights? Just play that deck. Just stop. Just stop doing something else. Or when I see a deck labeled like Crystal Beast or some crap, and it's like 1 or 2 Crystal Beast cards, and it's, I don't know, Live Twin or something. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, well, I've got this one card, so it makes it a Crystal Beast deck. And it's like, yeah, because the deck that you want to play, which is like Adventure or something, people will probably read between the lines once they realize you're not actually playing Crystal Beast, you're just playing an Adventure engine, and go, oh, this is just another run-of-the-mill Adventure deck. What are we doing? The heck is that? Oh no! That was one of the reasons I really fell off. That's just the game now. Some guy a long time ago, like a year or 2 ago, when I was still making those Master Duel review videos, made a meme about, like, deck structure, where it's, alright, here's your staples, here's your something else. It's like staples, counterplay, and then it's like, oh boy, a new engine came out, and it's like some archetype in the middle, and it's like, well, I don't have room for everything, and it's like, just take the spine of your deck out and just throw the engine in. It's like, yeah, it kind of is what it is. Oh, that's right. I was trying to play for hire. And it's like, well, what is everybody else doing with for hire? Oh, we just take a bunch of monsters and then go into, like, the most generic combos you have ever seen. And it's mostly because they don't survive in the current format because they are stopped ridiculously easy. They didn't get, like, any outs to their genuine problem until just now, when they got a new Link monster and a new high-level monster that can just summon itself. Just in case, you know, your single monster start gets stopped by Effect Veiler or Imperm or another card that people are playing at, like, 3. Okay. That sure is a phase beast, I guess.
really dead.
It's Louise.
You are dying.
I haven't tried Genesis format yet. Heck, I'll be honest with you, viewer, I haven't even looked at Genesis format yet. People are saying it's alright. I'll take a look at some point, I guess. I'm just gonna hang out for 2 minutes while this cat goes to get my potions. I don't really know. I'd love for the game to be played in some format, or for there not to be a... What? For there not to be a way to play the game at light speed. Because that, it sounds like a good time. But it turns out that a lot of cards that don't have either a one-card starter for a full board combo, where you just barf your deck out because a single card entered your hand, or you played a single card out of your hand, or essentially an unstoppable combo, or something that opens up the metagame. Another deck that was it turned into a anti-meta deck, but it was kind of just a douchebag deck initially. Because I'm like, this sounds like a fun combo. Sure, why not? I played a Layer of Darkness deck, but I played an actual Layer of Darkness deck where I played all of the Succubus and Diablo and the other guy, and just a bunch of Virus Trap cards. Just as many as I could fit into the deck feasibly. And it was just the dumbest garbage ever, because most of the time people would lose a really good monster or an in-between key point to like a virus that was like Deck Devastation or Eradicator Epidemic, and just wipe their hand. Because the best thing to ever do was to, I think it's Eradicator that does 1500 or less. Because Crush Card's 15 or more, but Crush Card's also like bad. Because they weren't gonna make Crush Card good again, where you just can't have strong monsters for 3 turns. Doesn't matter anymore. They could turn Crush Card back into its original version and it would not change the game. In fact, most decks actually want you to do that because they play out of the graveyard. So you sending all their really cool cards to the graveyard just helps them. I don't think I've ever actually won one with that game, or with that deck. I think I've only ever just gotten, like, rage quits. Because at a certain point, once you know what decks you're going up against, and what they want to do, you just deny them that resource. And I think it was once I added Dimension Shifter, and started, like, comboing sacrificing someone else's stuff with Dimension Shifter and then banishing anything I would send to the graveyard with the virus, it just became insane. This means nothing if you don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, but anyone who does is like, oh yeah, that would probably get someone to quit. Why am I only throwing one? Oh, you know what? Getting rid of those pants got rid of my level of Holy Bolt, didn't it?
Your pet is wounded.
Oh, this sucks. Waiting for MP to come back. Is that guy blocking my stuff? That's critical, but I don't think it's critical.
Your pet is hurting.
Sorry, kitty. I'd very much not like the Skeleton Knight to cave my skull in. Don't worry, bud. You got this. Yeah, alright. You look cool. Get in. Is that what happened? I lost my thing? Yeah. There we go. Now I got it back. I am gonna keep putting points into Holy Ray, though. Or Holy... whatever. Unfortunately, even thinking about the game like that, it is what it is. Like, that's something I'm unfortunately slowly getting to with Skirmish. Despite the fact, I think I'm already halfway through the tutorial. I only have, I believe... This week is environment and terrain. Next one should be campaign, but I think I'm going to split campaign because there's a lot of stuff in campaign and it's all very poorly explained and thought of, or thought out. But I can't really change anything about the game. I can make up house rulings and all that other crap, but there's a certain demeaning that goes along with saying this is a house ruling, it's not official, but the freaking game is, like, cracked, and the only way to genuinely play it decently is the house ruling, or the, quick fix, rather. Whatever. And it's like, well, that's not official, that's just a house ruling, so we don't really have to include it in anything. It's like, bro, this mechanic was cracked. Like, for this to have any effectiveness, this is the way you should use it. It also kills me, because I talked, before I made the video about infantry, I talked on the server, I'm like, why is infantry bad? And it's not even like, it's not the best thing in the world. It's like, bad. It's like we taught him wrong on purpose as a joke. And I was getting comments like, well, it doesn't have to be really good. It's infantry in a mobile suit. I'm like, yeah, but 8th MS team shows Shiro knocking out a Zaku with a bazooka. It's like, well, that's plot armor. I'm like, regular dudes can still do that. There's the other one, I can't remember what series it's from, where the Zaku turns and just sees all the tank fire and just gets knocked on his ass. And I'm like, that should be a thing you can do in this game.
Your health is low.
And I had to ask, like, what is this for? I'm like, if this is intentionally bad, what is it for? You just... Alright, so when you have control like that over a game, don't just put bad things in the game. Don't ever just put bad stuff in the game. Everything should have a purpose. If it does not have a purpose and you have the ability to change it, you should think about changing that. It's like, well, we didn't have this work out at the time, so we altered the way it's supposed to work, so you should be doing this with it now. And it eternally becomes a question of who is this for and what is this for? I don't know, maybe it's me, but I can't look at something like that and go, yeah, that's fine. It's like, this is a worthless mechanic that does nothing but hinder the people trying to use it. It's like, yeah, that's fine. We made it bad on purpose. I'm like, why?
You are dying.
Don't say. I had notice. It's still just a mystery to me. Like, what are we doing? If you make something and it's bad and you go, oh, shoot, I meant for that to be good. Ah, sorry, everybody. It was supposed to do this, this, and this, and we just kind of missed the mark. That's fine. It's like, it wasn't where I wanted it to be. Or it wasn't used how it was intended, or we hadn't thought about another mechanic that completely invalidates it. Sorry about that. But it's like, no, I made it bad because it's supposed to be bad. It's like, Maybe it's because I'm from a different world. Like, I see people genuinely play Dan Hibiki. I see people earnestly play Dan Hibiki. And all I can ever think of is, yeah, he's not the best character, but there's some stuff you can do with Dan. And at that point, it becomes more of a checking your knowledge of the game. And it's, hey, if you know how to do this into this into this, Dan's a pretty good character. Or if you know the concept of doing this or this, Dan's pretty cool. I guess it just becomes exhausting to hear, well, I don't like this about the game, and the game's then not good. I also heard someone on the server use the term void unironically, so that's kind of collar tugging. Ew. Oh no. I actually didn't know what that word meant until really recently. Then I'm like, whoever's using a word like that has just, like, lost brain cells. They're just losing oxygen to their brain. They're retroactively robbing themselves of good thoughts that they had at one point. Like, I genuinely believe use of a term like that is, like, not only robbing you of current good thoughts, but you are robbing yourself of, like, previous good thoughts as well. Or, yeah, no, I'll go with previous. You're stealing good ideas you had in the past. I really need to upgrade that, light zone or the spear zone. ton of light points. Huh. Yeah, I will. There's one more level and I can have double with Fury. Holy Fury. I'm not too surprised, though. A Gundam fandom is the place where I expect, let's call them future Fourth Reich members. Honestly, that's one of the very few places I expect people of that ilk. That and Warhammer conventions. That, and people who subscribe to Fox VTubers. There's probably a third one, but I don't care what it is now. It's weird. It's me and, like, somebody else who actually goes on that Discord server and talks about the game. Everybody else is just, like, the most random garbage or just something completely unrelated. What am I doing here? Defeat Ogre Bezimal. Oh no. Void bugs. They're gonna void.
Insolent intruder! Waltzing in uninvited into my domain! Destroying everything I've worked so hard for! Nobody will stop me! Not this intruder, not Mother, not even the ancient Ordrak himself could stop me now!
You know what's funny? I still don't know what she's doing. Something about Amber. Wow, I am doing no damage. Anyway. Treasure? Yay! Is this money or death? Let's find out.
You're close to dying.
Jeez Louise. Got Koru, which I believe is Japanese for grape, actually. Wait, what did he say? I assume this is a shield for my frost abilities or something. Yep. I assume that's my third way to play the game that I could, or yeah, third or fourth, I guess. I could either do all light skills or all dark skills, a mix of both like I'm doing right now, or just ice skills. Which is weird. I bet the ice skills is really good. I bet the all ice is like, amazing. That was uneventful. I think once I'm done with this, I might do another go-round at Hi-Fi Rush. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Anyway. I know that poison staff was pretty cool. The equipment in this game still not really selling me. It sucks. I keep thinking about Dungeon Fighter. I went onto the Reddit recently, and people were literally just in a thread complaining about how, like, there's nothing to do in the game. And it becomes, yeah, that's a mix of classes being generic and homogeneous, and content just being a grind fest. Like, there's nothing to do for fun. There's no time sink in that game. It's all really, like, limited time content of collect this, do this many times a week or month to get this much material, to get this equipment, to raise your damage by this number. By the way, you're never going to be the #1 player, because that guy's a friggin'... or that lady's a... coder who literally just plays this game while a runtime sequence is playing in the background because she's, like, months ahead of her current gig. And it's like, I don't have to be the best player ever. Can I at least go back to when the game was about me having, like, Sephiroth's Masamune that makes me shoot meteors at random every time I get a critical hit with the katana? I think that's what it was. That was the sword shooting star. It was a really, really long katana that every time you got a critical hit, it had a 20% chance to just drop a decent-sized meteor, and every once in a while it would drop a really big one, I think. And it's like, gee, I wonder what they're referencing. Whoa! That guy just, like, teleported. That was kind of scary. Oh, I hate this. Is he just gonna multiply himself? Well, no holy bolts for me, because that guy just lets his dudes sit in the way, or his sons. I am getting him, though, so that's something.
Death is upon you.
I had to say something. Okay, now I'm getting him.
You are near death.
Oof. Alright, more. I'll probably cap this off in like 10 minutes. I've gotten pretty far. What the hell is this? I get the feeling that, like, he's gonna bite me once and all my health is gonna be gone. Because there is nothing else going on here.
Your pet is taking damage.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, cool. There we go. But it's me, so he won't drop anything. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing good anyway. That's fine. You can go back out to the wild. Whew! And now for the real chest. No. Is the oh, come on. I just got done fighting a bunch of these things. Alright, there we go. Oh boy, another Glacier Edge. Oh, right. That's weird. Also, nothing out here. I should be worried, shouldn't I?
You're nearly dead.
Yeah, I'm at that weird point where, like, I wish the game was more than one skill, but it is what it is. More Glacier stuff, right? Yeah. Frost Nova fires a second wave of icicles. I mean, if I wanted to respec into a Glacier build, I could, I guess. But, I'm good. I think I'll be alright. Oh, I'm gonna fight one of the sisters, because I'm fighting a bunch of voidlings. I question playing gacha games again, because I'm not really going to spend any money on them. I just don't. I don't have that kind of draw. I don't have that kind of need. I know that's the big draw when you're streaming when you play a gacha game, is that people want that hit, that adrenaline. Like, unfortunately, over the last month or two, I found out that that is not where my adrenochrome lies.
Your health is low.
I played Genshin Impact for a while, but I wasn't playing Genshin Impact for gacha. I was playing it for, in fact, Genshin. And then once the game switched into just being kinda, here's another gacha, I'm like, okay. I was actually more into this for the Breath of the Wild-esque exploration. Because some of the side quests in that game were pretty good. Like, I got to the end of Not Japan, but I couldn't bring... I forget what it was. It was the Oni guy. When his story came out, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can't keep tiding myself over with, hey, meet this guy. He's gonna do something once and you'll probably never see him again. It's like, I don't even think I got to meet the guy. I think the moment that happened, I was like, nah, I'm good. Which is insane, because I played Zenless, and I'm like, wow, I actually really like all of these characters. And then I got to the China section on that game, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. Which is insane, because I actually took my free money dollars that they gave me for a thing and pulled the event character. Like, I got the big check this out character when that chapter started up, and I was still like, whatever. Oh no, a warp circle. I am gonna go somewhere stupid. Oh, the good old, you fought this guy as a boss one time, now he's a regular enemy. I guess I'll have to watch out for Shoryuken Man for the rest of my life. I don't feel like crafting in this game is that good. I'm sure I'm wrong, and somebody's going to show me that I can get, like, Ultima +3 if I craft all the way to the limit. But it feels like it's mostly cosmetic junk. Oh yeah, I'm fighting a bunch of voidlings. I'm going to fight one of the sisters in a second. I assume this will be like the first game, where I'll fight the general bosses. And then Chapter 5 will be me doing the extra dungeons, because they'll say, haha, you gotta go to the bottom of the abyss to fight the real final boss. And I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll see if anybody is still playing this game.
Look at this fool, charging in to meet their doom. Do they think they destroyed all the Void Embers? They're in for a vicious surprise, if so.
I don't know why they keep these little voice records. Like, anyone can just walk up and read these bad boys. And it doesn't feel organic like with BioShock or something, where it's, I sure hope that my friend gets into the safe. Hey, Louie, if you're reading this, the combination to the door is 1943. And it's like, oh, hey, I can go get into that door where he had stuff he was going to, like, leave here. Oh no, secret bosses. But I'm out of mana.
Your pet is hurt.
I do my other thing, but I want to get all of them at once.
Your pet is badly wounded. You have gained a level.
Oh, that's decent. Okay, never mind. Oh no, he punched my cat. Okay, that's pretty cool. What, one more level? Oh, he's got a bonus level in there. Might as well put another point in some point. I don't have too many dark skills. I only have the 4. I think I also only have the 4 light skills, right? Yeah. I only have so much of a palette, so why bother getting everything? I should, in fact, put more points into these, though. Shoot, I didn't know that. 15% mana regen. I wonder I've been sucking. I was supposed to do that.
Sagista, you are finished. Varys will take over your assignment. Return to the Aether immediately.
No, I'm done taking orders. I do the work, only for you to reap the rewards.
What work? You are a lazy, insolent child. A failure. When I enter Novastraya, you will be the first thing I devour.
I'd like to see you try. Now that I have this, the perfect Void Ember specimen, the Void Heart.
You have succeeded? I did not think it was possible to craft such a specimen. It is incredible.
Yes, Mother, it is. And I'll show you just how incredible it is.
Oh no.
Use it to eviscerate this intruder.
She's really, really, really strong, and she's got the perfect Chaos Emerald. I'm sure I won't be able to beat her.
Stay still! Dance for me!
Oh snap, it lets her shoot arrows real good.
Down! Dance for me!
Oh shoot. Sorry, I was scratching my head.
Escape! Ah! I'll cut you down!
Oh, she sure did.
Reached your end.
Wait, did I die or did she die?
First Brawl, and now Sadista.
What? What the fuck?
My sisters. I'll make you pay.
No. Your sisters have served their purpose. As will you. Take the Void Heart to the mountain.
But I died. Should this not be the thing that plays when she dies?
I reach.
As you wish, Mother.
Still! Where do you think you're going? Dance for me!
Oh no, I can't stand still and just shoot her. She's got my only weakness. Oh, the boomerang gets a bit faster. Alright. Yeah, this is just kind of messy, that's all. Just keeping track of her and, you know, literally everything else is kind of just a bit much. But I'm sure that's intentional. Is he gonna play the cutscene again? Okay, I got 2 of them. Okay, and now the cutscene should have played, but instead of playing on her actual death, it plays on her... or on me leaving the arena for some reason.
Good work defeating Sadista, but there's no time to rest. You saw what that void heart is capable of, and now it's on its way to Mother. Who knows what she'll do with it? I don't know for sure where Varus went, but we're receiving reports of increased Netherim activity on Echonock Mountain. That looks like our best bet. General Gray has dispatched Hicks and Wolfram to escort us there. Let's speak with them at the docks.
Yay. That's all I got in me. I'm a brick of low endurance. I'll probably wrap this up hopefully sometime this week or next week. I'll be back tomorrow with Mecha Break. See you then.